Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been labelled as frauds over an outrageous new move over Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie. Is it outrageous, though? Should they be labelled as frauds? Let's discuss. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye, and oh my goodness, yeah. Let's jump into this madness, shall we? So here we go. Harry and Meghan being branded as frauds over an outrageous decision for Archie and Lilibet. Now, apparently they are under criticism for an outrageous decision, when I can get my teeth back in, for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Now, they've been labelled as frauds because they are looking into outrageously expensive schools for Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Some of the extremely reputed schools that are said to be on their list of preferences include a private school whose fees are known to go up to £40,000 per year. This is the school that it attends and is located in Montecito, where they live, right? Now, earlier this week, we have Richard Maynards from the Montecito Journal claiming that Harry and Meghan are eyeing entering their two children, Archie and Lilibet, at a local private school I can exclusively reveal. Now, while commentator Lee Cohen has actually criticised Harry and Meghan for contemplating such an outrageously expensive school for their children, and their supposed commitment to progressive causes is nothing but a facade. Going on saying that Harry and Meghan were spotted inspecting an institution's campus last week, bringing them one step closer to a decision. School fees in our area range from $60,000 to $50,000 plus for older grades, with some of the most institutions having 100% of students going on to attend four-year colleges. Now, he said to GB News, if they're willing to indulge in this epitome of elitism, there is no advocating for equality. Yet they're willing to pay staggering tens of thousands per year for their children's education. Questioning, yet they're willing to pay staggering tens of thousands per year for their children's education, how can they possibly justify this when so many families struggle to afford even the basic necessities? Sending their children to such a prestigious institution completely exposes the frauds that Harry and Meghan are, by perpetuating the very systems of privilege that they claim to expose. Now, on Twitter, the other side of it, people are saying, look, no one should begrudge Prince Harry and Meghan, I'm not calling her Duchess, choosing a school where they can feel Archie is the safest possible setting. Another one saying education is a priority for Meghan and Harry. Now, when you look at their background, we all know that Harry attended Eton College, which again is a very, very private school, and Meghan also attended a private Catholic school, the Immaculate Heart High School. So they went through private schools, so it would follow that they would want their children to also go through private schools as well. Now, this is the thing, right? And hell has frozen over at this point, because this is one of the rare opportunities and rare occasions that I'm actually going to be defending Harry and Meghan here. Because this is the thing, right? You have other philanthropists, right? Let's say Bill Gates, for example, right? It could be argued, President Obama, right? And other people, you got President Trump, right? And other well-known people, right, that do things for charity, yeah? They've got children. All their children went to private schools that were absolutely expensive to the hilt. I didn't see any criticism whatsoever where they were labelled as frauds and outrageous for sending their children to private schools that cost an arm and a leg, yet, were pretty busy and high with the philanthropist agenda, trying to raise money for good causes, this, that and the other. I didn't see the same criticism, in other words, being levelled at those people. Yet it's happening here with Harry and Meghan. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Keep the same energy, guys. Keep the same energy. Because if people are going to criticise Harry and Meghan for sending their children to private school where costs are absolutely extortionate, And the criticism turning around and saying, oh, well, you're sending your children to private school. And oh, my goodness, it's eye-watering amount, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, oh, this is hypocritical of you and outrageous and you're frauds because, you know, you're trying to promote equality in the world, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're going to level that kind of criticism to Hazza and Megxie, then keep the same energy and fire off that criticism to every other well-known philanthropist in the world that has done exactly the same thing. Furthermore, I don't blame Hazza and Megxie for choosing private schools for Archie and Lilibet. Let me put it to you this way. If you have children and you had the means, you had the financial means to be able to send your children to one of the best private schools ever, to give them the best chance, the best start for their education, you'd do it. I know I would. If I'm going to be honest, I would. If I was an absolute gazillionaire, right, and I had children, yeah, absolutely. I would be eyeing up the best private schools in the country and sending them there for them to have the best top-notch education that money could buy. Totally. So again, I don't blame Hazza and Megxie for wanting to do the same thing for Archie and Lilibet. So for them to be branded frauds and outrageous over this particular decision, actually, I think is unfair. Absolutely unfair. And if we were to be completely honest with ourselves, if we were in the same position financial-wise and we had kids, I'm telling you, we would do exactly the same thing. I know I would. It's as simple as that. Now, this is the thing. One thing that I will criticise them on is their current relationship with the royal family, right? And as Father's Day is coming up, Hazza is in an absolute nightmare at the moment as he knows that the world will be watching to see if he's actually big enough to contact his own father, King Charles. And you know what? The world's also watching Megxie. Will Megxie contact her very ill father, Thomas Markle Sr.? I'm not holding my breath. Are you guys? But this is a thing, right? We have Tom Quinn, yes, labelled as the new Omid Scobie for the Sussex squad, from what I can tell and hear on the internet, saying, quote, King Charles's birthday and Father's Day are both a nightmare for Hazza. He knows the world will be watching to see whether he's big enough to reach out to his father. He's determined to try to ignore his troubled relationship with his father, and he will certainly send a warm message. It's easy to forget that Hazza really does love his father. He just hates the fact that Charles seems to support William always when there is a family dispute. But let's be absolutely clear here, guys, right? Firstly, there's only a troubled relationship with his father because, as far as I can tell, Hazza has caused that. So he's only got himself to blame. And this whole jealousy over King Charles's relationship with Prince William, again, he's only got himself to blame as to why King Charles is reportedly so distant from Hazza in the first place. After everything Hazza has done over the years with Megxie, you think he's going to have such a close bond with King Charles? No! King Charles be like, sorry, but you've attacked way too many times at this point. Of course he's going to have such a stronger, warmer relationship with Prince William, who has done nothing to attack the royal family in a way that Hazza has done over the years. Prince Hazza has only got himself to blame over the troubled relationship with King Charles and the fact that King Charles is not as close to Hazza anymore as he is to Prince William. But no, of course, it's everyone else's fault, right? It's never Hazza's fault. It's never Megxie's fault. It's everyone else's fault. This is absolutely insane. But going round full circle, it's also, as far as I'm concerned, absolutely insane to call Megxie and Hazza frauds and labelling their decision to send their children to a private school where it costs an arm and a leg absolutely outrageous. If you're going to do that, then keep the same energy for every other well-known philanthropist in the world that has done exactly the same thing for their own children. There you have it, guys. With that being said, if you appreciate this video and you want more, and believe me, of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, because I'll be honest with you, help us now get to 1 million so we can also get that gold play button right there and hopefully cause a Meghan Markle meltdown on Instagram. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also, as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about what I've just discussed, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters.